Hi, I'm Carah Faye, and I am 27 years old, and I sing for a band called Shiny Toy Guns and Pattisall. And when I was about 5 years old, 6 years old, my uncle died in a drunk driving accident, and my grandmother was crying, and I didn't understand, and they explained to me what happened to him, and my grandmother was freaking out, and she grabbed me and she said, "Carah, promise me," and she just tears running down her face, "promise me that you'll never, ever drink." And it was like your world just goes, just like, "I promise, Grandma, I swear," because I was so young, but I understood that alcohol had killed him, and it was like life over. At different points in my life, I've had different series of events that have proven to me why I don't need it in my life, why I'm so much better off without it. And it's so important to me that people know that there is nothing good that comes from it, that I've seen every level of drunkenness, every different kind of high, and I've never once seen a drop of good that's come from it. And it's depressing because people use it as an outlet or as a vice or to blow off steam, and they're not blowing off anything. They're disillusioned, and they think they're having a great time, but a couple hours later, in some situations 15 minutes later, they're worse off than they were before, and it just gets you nowhere. And every moment in my life that's reminded me of that has only strengthened me, and it's just really important to me that people understand that, and that I be a positive influence to people, and especially kids at the shows who don't understand. They think that, I've heard singers who are nervous, they just want to take a shot before, and you just don't need that. You train yourself to not need it, and I have friends who are trained to need it. They swear they will never step on stage without alcohol, and it's so sad. It's an absolute dependency, and I've seen a lot of people go through addictions, and I've gone through my own addictions that weren't drug and alcohol that I've overcome, and has taught me kind of what they go through. I have a very addictive personality. People ask me, "Oh, will you ever?" Why do I need to ever? Well, what part of my life requires that? What part of my life needs any sort of mind-altering substance? And I've been very fortunate to have already sort of had the mentality before I found straight edge. Straight edge was like, "Oh, dude, these guys think how I think," and it was just such a positive influence on my life to see hardcore kids, a bunch of tattooed, roughed up people, just having a great time. And even at shows, they look like they're, killing each other, but they're having the most amazing time, and that's what they live for. They live for music, and music, my passion for music, which I've had my whole life, but in the hardcore scene, the energy in the hardcore scene has followed me in my life, and it's been like a need for music even later in life, and genres outside of hardcore that have really been like a need for me to have that sort of energy, or else it's like doesn't feel all the way there. And I really just appreciate that at a young age I was able to have those influences, because I do understand that a lot of kids don't. A lot of kids, their parents are drunks. A lot of kids, that's all they know, and they think that that's all there is. And when you lose your job, or when you graduate, it's a celebration drink, or a hard time. Take it, blow off steam, like I said earlier, and you just don't need it. You don't need it all. One life, one chance.